Shalam. What is united in Christ? Begging you with these words, the Bible. Shalom, brothers united in Christ, begging you with this word. It's the Bible, right? We'll be doing a little thing on Acts, the 10th chapter, okay? You know, I want to kind of take a little slightly different approach right now of this here, in that I want to attack it from another angle. We're talking about Acts, the 10th chapter. Number one is who's who in the Bible, so to speak. You know, as you got brothers out there talking about, you know, the nationality or the nation of brothers and sisters, who can be saved, who can get salvation, and who cannot, right? So I want to bring out some scriptures according to that, but in reference to this 10th chapter here, right? Read the 10 and 1, please.
This is Acts chapter 10, verse 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the a centurion of the band called the Italian band.
Right.
A devout man, and one that feared the Most High with all his house.
Praise the Lord.
Which gave much alms to the people, and prayed to the Most High always.
Always. So prayed to the Most High always. So he gave much alms to the people. Give me real quick Psalms 149, I think it is. Let's see, Psalm 149. Give me that, read that whole psalm out. Just a couple slight references. We're going to try to identify some who they talking about when they talk about them, so we need to know and understand. A lot of people lose focus, and only lose focus because you got brothers misdirecting them. You got brothers misdirecting them into different directions and confusing them. The fact of the matter is, as it says here, there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band, right? A devout man and one that feared the Most High with all his house. He is devout, meaning sincere, locked in, dedicated, sincere, trustworthy, right? And he feared the Most High. He feared the Heavenly Father with all his house. That's not talking about nobody else, but anybody else that's looking for righteousness, right? And trying to deal with the Most High power, right? Which gave much alms to the people and prayed always. Who are the people? Read it out. Show me what you got.
Psalms 149 and 1. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song.
Right.
And his praise in the congregation of saints.
Praise the Lord.
Let Israel rejoice in him that made him.
Right.
Let the children of Zion be joyful in their power.
Right.
Excuse me, in their king.
In their king, come on.
Let them praise his name and the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and the harp.
Praise the Lord.
For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people.
The Lord taketh pleasure in his people. Now understand the reference here. Throughout the Bible, we've always referred to the nation of Israel as his people. The people of the Lord. He keep emphasizing that, but read on.
For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation.
Right.
Let the saints be joyful and glory.
Right.
Let them sing aloud upon their beds.
Right here, the most I said, brother just asked a question about the saints. Just a tap into it a little lightly. They said, let the saints sing for glory, man. Let's shout for glory. Primarily, the saints are the Israelites. They are Israelites for the first and foremost, right? As it shows you there, it says, what verse is that, 6?
That was 5.
5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Go ahead.
Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouths, and a two-edged sword in their hands.
To ahead. Now, who's that going to be? That's to the Israelites. These brothers here got the high praise of the Most High in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. And a two-edged sword in their hand. Right? Read on.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen. The heathen are other people, other nations of the earth, other than the nation of Israel. So the Most High said these people, they're going to execute, the Israelites are going to execute vengeance upon the heathen. Right? Read on.
And punishments upon the people.
Now, who are the people? Who are the people here? They're not none of the other nations, none of the other nationalities, but who are the people here? Read that, 16:1.
This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1.
Right.
Arise, shine, for thy light is come.
Come on.
And the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Praise the Lord.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Check it out.
And gross darkness the people.
What? The people. Read on.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
So the Lord said, gross darkness for darkness shall be upon the earth, and gross darkness upon the people. The people, right? But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Talking about the Israelites, right? Give me Matthew 13:15 real quick. Give me Isaiah 8:19. 8:19, run that down. Right? Show them what you got.
Matthew 13:15.
Right?
For this people heart is waxed gross,
Right?
and their ears are dull of hearing.
Stop. Bring it up, out. Give me come up from the, where you at?
I'm at it. You want me to take it from 11?
Go ahead.
I'll take it from 9.
Go ahead.
Who have ears to hear?
Tell me where you're at, out.
Matthew 13:9.
Right?
Who have ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right? Why are you speaking in parables? Why are you not speaking straightforward? Why you come up with all these, I got to figure it out stuff? Right? Read on.
And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right?
But to them it is not given.
It's not given to everybody. Everybody's not going to know it. Everybody don't want to know it. Everybody's not going to accept it. Everybody that's the reality. Everybody's not going for it. And you'd be surprised the ones that are and the ones that are not. Right? Read on that.
For whosoever hath, to him shall be given,
Praise the Lord.
and he shall have more abundance.
He ain't gonna have more. He gonna have more abundance because he got already. He already in that zone. To whosoever hath, more is gonna be given. If you got righteousness, if you got wisdom, you're gonna get more. It's gonna be building and build continually. Right? You know.
But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath.
Right. You ain't got the right thing. If you don't have the right thing, it's a problem. The Lord gonna take away anything you got that's valuable. Everything that you have, you're not gonna get no more. Shut down. You're gonna get shut down, rightfully so. Praise the Lord.
Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing, see not, and hearing, they hear not.
Right.
Neither do they understand.
Praise the Lord. Who's Christ speaking to? He's speaking to the Israelites. This is why I speak to them in parables. Christ spoke to the Israelites in parables. Why? This is prophesied from way back in the Old Testament, Isaiah and all that, how it's going to go, how you're going to have to speak to the brothers and sisters, how you're going to have to talk to them, right? In parables, right? And as it says there, read it again, huh?
Verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing, see not,
right?
And hearing, they hear not.
Right.
Neither do they understand.
Neither do they understand. They can't understand. Why? Check it out. Read on.
And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah,
right?
Which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand.
You're not going to understand.
And seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
Praise the Lord. That's Isaiah 6. Read it.
For this people's heart is waxed gross.
The Israelites' heart. Talk about you so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Puerto Ricans. Their mind is waxed gross. Read that again, Isaiah 60.
It says, Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1.
Right.
Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Praise the Lord.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Right, darkness all over the earth, meaning like the earth is not shining through the light of the Lord. It's shining through the darkness of the devil, not even shining. The light in the earth is as night, right? The earth. Read again, the earth.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
In gross darkness, the Israelites. Right, read on.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Praise the Lord. Talking about the Israelites that's shining through the light of Christ. That's who you're going to shine through. Like gross darkness covered the Israelites because they're supposed to have it right. They're the ones. They're the chief ones. You cannot be into this zone. The Lord gave you the Jews to eat all this, all the big time stuff, and you turn away and run away from it. It's a problem. It's a major problem. That's going to send you into gross darkness. You're going to be worse off than the Edomites or the Moabites or the Ammonites. Worse, because the whole earth is in darkness, but us, the so-called Negroes, West Indian Puerto Ricans, are in gross darkness. In gross darkness if you don't deal with this word properly. But what's the reference? The people. Read it one more time and come back and read that one more time.
It says, Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Right.
And gross darkness the people.
Praise the Lord. And gross darkness the people. Right, go ahead.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee.
Right, but the Lord, go ahead.
And his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Praise the Lord. You understand? Now here it is again. Let's go. Read what you got out.
Matthew 13 and 15.
Right.
For this people's heart is waxed gross.
It's waxed gross, man. The people's heart is waxed gross. Right? Praise the Lord. Read on.
And their ears are dull of hearing.
Their ears, they're dull of hearing. They don't want to hear no more. Their mind is waxed gross because in the darkness. They see stuff that they're going to figure out in the earth according to Satan, the devil. Then they don't want to hear nobody say that. I mean, it is what it is. Just the fact of the matter, these people talking, they're waxed gross, man. Gross darkness. These brothers running around here talking about how Cornelius is an Israelite. Only Israelites can get salvation. They switched up the whole Bible. Romans 11th chapter, only talking about the Israelites. No Gentiles involved in that chapter. Their heart is waxed gross, gross darkness. The earth is in darkness, and the earth is in gross darkness. The people in gross darkness, man. You Israelites are in gross darkness, right? Any more of that? Go ahead.
For this people's heart waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing.
Right.
And their eyes have they closed.
And their eyes have they closed. Hey, that's what gross darkness. They close their eyes. They ain't want to hear it no more. Don't want to look at it. Don't want to see it. Gross darkness, man. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go with your eyes closed, man? How you gonna get around with eyes closed? How you gonna how you not gonna trip, stumble, and fall with your eyes closed? But you don't want to know. But you don't want to know what's right. Or you satisfied. You happy being this way and that way. Your eyes are closed. The Lord show you that. You walk around in gross darkness. Show them where you at, huh?
Lest at any time they should see with their eyes,
right,
and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
And I should heal them. And should understand with their minds, and should be converted, the Most High will heal them, right? Who got the Isaiah? You got the Isaiah 8:19? Run that down.
It says, Isaiah chapter 8, verse 19.
Praise the Lord.
Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts.
8:19.
Excuse me. This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 19.
Praise the Lord.
Behold, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me.
Hear what the Lord say. Hear what the Most High say. Christ said, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me. That's speaking about Christ. I and the children whom the Lord hath given me, right?
Are for signs and for wonders in Israel.
That's where we at, man. For signs and wonders, man. This is how it go. This is what happens. This is the vibration here. You know what I mean? So as we stick in the Christ, as we run the race with Christ, this is how it go, man. Things go bad this way and that way. Everything ain't sweet. Because we in the earth with everybody. We in the wicked world too, right? Read it out.
Behold, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel.
Praise the Lord.
From the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion.
Which dwelleth in Mount Zion, right? Read on.
And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits.
Right.
And unto wizards that peep and that mutter.
Right.
Should not a people seek unto their power?
Shouldn't the people seek to their power? Right, go ahead, huh?
For the living to the dead?
Shouldn't they seek to the Most High power from the living to the dead? Right, go ahead.
To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word,
right,
it is because there is no light in them.
There's no light in them. That's the problem. It's because there's no light in them. They don't speak according to this word because there's no light in them. It's gross darkness. If they don't speak according to the Bible, it's not lit up. That's a dark scene. That brother or that sister, that Israelite brother or that Israelite sister don't know which way is up when it comes to salvation. When it comes to salvation, come to the knowledge of Christ. They don't have it. The Most High show you that. To belong to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Gross darkness in so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Rican. So they switch everything around. They run around and call themselves Episcopalian, gross darkness. Go around and call himself Rastafarian, gross darkness. Who all these Negroes run around and call himself Muslim, gross darkness. That's gross darkness, man. You can't be running around talking about you some Rasta or you some Catholic. That's gross darkness, man. That's gross darkness. They don't know who you are, but you're in gross darkness when it comes to this word. All mixed up. Talking about Cornelius is an Israelite. Gross darkness, right? Only Israel gets saved. How is it so gross? Because it's apparent that this is not happening. Watch how we show you, right? Read what you got.
This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 21. and they shall pass through it, heartily bestead and
Right.
hungry.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves
Right.
and curse their king and their power, and look upward.
Go ahead.
And they shall look unto the earth, and behold, trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness.
And the people, the Israelites, you're going to be driven to darkness because you run from the light. And the darkness gets deeper and deeper. Lord said that the light of the body is the eye. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, let the eye be single. But if the eye don't be single and it's full of darkness, how great is that darkness? How deep does it go? The bottomless pit is endless, man. How deep does it go, right? Check this out. I want to bring some examples about how that, praise the Lord, read that down.
Hosea 4:1.
Right?
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Okay.
For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High in the land.
That's a problem, man. Nobody don't know the Lord. They're in gross darkness. The people. We started off with Acts 10. Read that again, that verse I asked you to forget. Read that again, because we want to define this, get this point out. Don't want to lose you on the point. Check them out.
This is Acts chapter 10, verse 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius,
Pull that 149
a centurion
again.
of the band called the Italian band,
Right?
a devout man, and one that feared the Most High with all his house, which gave much alms to the people, and prayed to the Most High always.
So this guy gave much alms to the people of the Israelites. Read that again.
Psalms 149:7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people.
Punishments upon the people. You got the Isaiah 60 again. Read that one more time.
This is Isaiah
62. 60 and 2.
60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
The people. The people. Gross darkness, the people. Darkness is covering the earth, man. And gross darkness, the people. Show me that,
Psalms 149:8.
Come back to the other one.
Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Right.
For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Praise the Lord.
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land.
That's a major problem in the earth. Right? Go ahead,
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out.
They break God. This is how you end up in gross darkness. Right? Go ahead.
And blood touches blood.
Right?
Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish.
And everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. The land gonna mourn. That's where we are. We're mourning now in a wicked world and a wicked set. The land is mourning, and everyone in the land is gonna languish. They're all gonna languish, right? Check it out. Read on that.
With the beasts of the field.
Come on.
And with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fish of the sea also shall be taken away.
Praise the Lord.
Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for this people are as they that strive with the priests.
For this people are as they that strive with the priests. Read on.
Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophets also shall fall with thee in the night.
Praise the Lord.
And I will destroy thy mother.
I will destroy thy mother. Read it again. Go on. Read down 6.
Verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Stop. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Who? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So who? Now the Lord said, my people possessive now. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Throughout this zone, he be talking about the people, this people, you know what I mean? We read over here, the people, you know what I mean? This people, and now, and we read in the New Testament, it said he gave alms to the people. These are the Israelites he's talking about. The so-called, what's the nation in Puerto Ricans. Listen, the gross darkness in the earth, this is part of it. As you start to get twisted up with this word, the most I show you, if you don't go according to this word, it's because there's no light in you. Check this out. We're going to read now in the Bible where a couple heathens, Gentiles, got salvation, granted light. They got light in their zone, right? Give me go to Judith. Go to Judith, right? And give me Judith in the 6th chapter, I believe. Then read that Jeremiah. Let's go with the Robert, Robert Kites. Yeah, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong.
Rechabites.
Rechabites, right? But I want to pick this. This one up here in Judith, right? This is Judith in the Apocrypha, right? Check this out. We're gonna read this down once you get the full gist of this story. So we're gonna cut into a little place here and there, right? At this time now, they surround Jerusalem. They surround Jerusalem and they're gonna starve them out. You understand? It's not even Jerusalem, I don't believe, but
No, it's Bethula.
right. It's not Judith, Bethulia, right? But they surround them, going to get them out of here by blocking off water and everything. Nobody not going to have no water to drink or nothing like that, right? And at the time, they had an Ammonite. An Ammonite that was with the other people's army, right? Whole of fairness, right? And he was with them. So he tried to tell these heathen how to deal with the Israelites. Give me 5 and 5. 5 and 5.
Judith 5 and 5.
Right.
Then said Achior, the captain of the sons of all the sons of Ammon.
Right. Now this is the captain of the so-called Japanese in the earth, right? Amongst all these amongst all the Achior, the Assyrians, right? We know.
Let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant, and I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people which dwell near thee, the inhabitants of the hill country, and there shall no lie come out of my mouth of thy servant.
Right, ain't no lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll go with these people. How they get down. Now run down, he messed it up a little bit talking about we descendants from Canaan. But that was in reference to Abraham, right? Coming out of the land of the Chaldees, no big thing. Oh, he said Chaldees, I'm saying. But yeah, we're gonna pick up the 6th chapter, how he break this thing down by these Israelites. I want this brother read it down, please.
Judith 6 and 1.
Right.
And when the tumult of men were about the council was ceased, Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Achior, said unto Achior and to all the Moabites, before all the country of other nations.
Before the company of other nations. So a lot of nations are there. A whole heap of nations are there. You know what I'm saying? They're against the Israelites, right? Read on that.
Who art thou, Achior, in the highland of Ephraim, that thou hast prophesied amongst us as today, and hast said that we should not make war with the people of Israel, because their power will defend them? And who is the power? Who is God but Nebuchadnezzar?
Right, now they trying to jump and say, oh, you just a hireling from Ephraim. You just working for these Israelites for a year, so you've been around them little tastes, or whatever the case may be. How you gonna break that down now? Right? Read on that.
He will send his power and will destroy them from the face of the earth.
Right.
And their power shall not deliver them. But we, his servants, will destroy them as one man, for they are not able to sustain the power of our horses.
That's what they say. That's what the heathens say. Read on that.
For within we will tread them underfoot, and their mountains shall be drunk with their blood.
Right.
And their fields shall be filled with their dead bodies.
Okay.
And their footsteps shall not be able to stand before us.
Praise the Lord.
For they shall utterly perish, saith the king Nebuchadnezzar,
Right.
Lord of all the earth. For he said, none of my words shall be in vain.
That's what the king, that's this guy said, the Assyrians, right? Read on that.
And thou, Achior, and hireling of Ammon, which hast spoken these words in the day of thy iniquity, shall see my face no more, from this day until I take vengeance of this nation that come out of Egypt.
Right, so now they want to take vengeance upon the Israelites. Now they swear they're going to deal a deal. Now, here's the problem. Oh, here's the issue. Here's the reason why we're bringing this out, because this heathen, Achior, the Ammonite, he's breaking down the Israelites and the power of Israel. The power, he's breaking that down to these other heathen and telling about how this thing go with the Israelites. He said, these brothers said, nah, don't mess with them. You know, the power of Israel, he's going to deal like this, he's going to deal like that. He breaking down this thing spiritually. He breaking it down better than GMS. He breaking it down better than Zabak. He breaking it down better than General Yohana. They ain't got no breakdown like that. He breaking it down. He show you how this thing really go, right? Show me that, huh?
Verse 5, and thou, verse 6, and then shall the sword of my army and the multitude of them that serve me pass through thy side.
Right.
And thou shalt fall among their slain when I return.
He said, I'm going to kill you with them. Since you talking what they're going to do this, they're going to do that. This guy, he said, I'm going to kill you Achior with the Israelites, right? Read on that.
Excuse me. Now therefore my servant shall bring thee back into the hill country, and shall set thee in one of the cities of the passages, and thou shalt not perish till thou be destroyed with them.
Right?
And if thou persuade thyself in thy mind that thou shalt not be taken,
Read again.
and if thou persuade thyself in thy mind that they shall not be taken, let not thy counsel fall. Countenance fell.
Right.
I have spoken it, and none of my words shall be in vain.
That's what he said. Read the Isaiah 55 and 8 real quick. Isaiah 55 and 8. He said, now here, this guy said that he's spoken, and none of his counsel going to be in vain. Right? This is what cats be saying. They got words coming out of their mouth, the heathen and the wicked Israelites today. They got words coming out of their mouth like it's all right. Let that flow. It's going to stand, whatever I said. Right? Show me that, huh?
It says, Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8.
Right?
For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Right?
Neither are your ways my ways,
Praise the Lord.
saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
For as the heavens are higher than the earth,
Right?
so are my ways higher than your ways,
Right?
and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Go ahead.
For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither,
Right?
but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud,
Right?
that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater.
Praise the Lord.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
Right?
It shall not return unto me void.
Now this guy try to act like he popping it out like the Most High. That's how guys do. That's how the heathen do in the earth. And you got Israelites on the same order. They blowing up their zone in the earth like they're unstoppable. Nobody can do nothing about how I get down. Nobody can do nothing about what choices I make. Nothing ain't gonna happen to me about this what I'm getting ready to go do. So none of his words gonna return back. Read on. I'll show me that.
Judith 6 and 7.
10.
10. Yes, 10. Then Holofernes commanded his servants that waited in his tent to take Achior and bring him to Bethulah,
Right?
and deliver him into the hands, Bethulah,
Thulia. Right.
and deliver him into the hands of the children of Israel.
Give them to the Israelites, man. Let them go sit with them. When I'm coming here, I'm gonna come blow out that whole country. Right? Read on that.
So his servants took him and brought him out of the camp into the plains. And they went from the midst of the plain into the hill country.
Right.
And came into the fountains that were under Bethulah.
Right? Right?
And when the men of the city saw them, they took up their weapons and went out of the city to the top of the hill.
Okay.
And every man that used a sling from coming up by casting of stones against him. Nevertheless, having gotten privily under the hill, they bound Achior and cast him down, and left him at the foot of the hill, and returned to their lord.
So they took this Japanese guy, threw him back to the Israelites, tied him up, rolled him down the hill, and left. So yeah, see how that's gonna go. We come back to kill everybody. We're gonna lick up the earth with you guys, right? Read on that.
But the Israelites descended from this city, and came unto him, and loosed him, and brought him into Bethulia, and presented him to the governors of the city,
Right?
which were in those days Ozias, the king of Micah, the tribe of Simeon,
Right.
and Chabris, the son of Gothniel, and Charmis, the son of Melchiel. They called together all the ancients of the city, and all their youth ran together, and their women to the assembly, and they set Achior in the midst of the people.
Praise the Lord.
Then Ozias asked him of that which was done.
Right, what happened? You know, what happened? How did this go down? You know what I mean? Why are you here? What's happening? Right? Read on that.
And he answered and declared unto them the words of the counsels of Holofernes, and all the words that he has spoken in the midst of the princes of Achior, and whatsoever Holofernes has spoken proudly against the house of Israel.
Right?
Then the people fell down and worshipped the Most High, and cried unto the Most High, saying,
Right?
O Lord, power of heaven, behold their pride, and pity the low estate of the nation, of our nation,
Right?
and look upon the face of those that are sanctified unto this day.
Praise the Lord.
Then they comforted Achior, and praised him greatly. And Ozias took him out of the assembly into his house, and made a feast to the elders. And they called on the power of Israel all that night for help.
For help. All that night for help. Well, you know what happened. That's right. The Lord came through. The Lord delivered them and played for them. Go to the 14th chapter. The Lord came through and delivered them, right? You read it from the top, 14:1. He delivered them, right? Check this out.
This is Judith, chapter 14, verse 1.
Stop. Yeah, check it out. Give it to me from read it down from 13, 14.
This is Judith, chapter 13, verse 14. Then she said to them with a loud voice, Praise, praise the Most High, praise the Most High. I say, for he hath not taken away his mercy from the house of Israel,
Right?
but hath destroyed our enemies by mine hands this night.
Praise the Lord.
So she took the head out of the bag and showed it, and said unto them, Behold, the head of Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Achior.
Right?
And behold, the canopy wherein he did lie in his drunkenness. And the Lord hath smitten him by the hand of a woman.
Praise the Lord. Read on.
As the Lord liveth, who hath kept me in my way that I went, my countenance hath deceived him to his destruction. And yet hath he not committed sin with me, to defile and shame me.
Praise the Lord. Sister said, I didn't have to go do this, and that to get to this cat. I didn't lay down nothing, this and that, all this stuff. I ain't go defile myself amongst these devils. You understand? Read on, brother.
Then all the people were wonderfully astonished, and bowed themselves and worshipped the Most High, and said with one accord, Blessed be thou, O our power, which hast this day brought to naught the enemies of thy people.
Praise the Lord. Read on.
Then said Ozias unto her, O daughter, blessed art thou of the Most High power, above all the women upon the earth, and blessed be the Lord power, which hath created the heavens and the earth, which hath directed thee to the cutting off of the head of the chief of our enemies.
Exactly. Blessed be the Heavenly Father for that. Right? Read on, brother.
For this thy confidence shall not depart from the heart of men, which remember the power of the Most High forever.
It's like it's a memorial. You know what I'm saying? How these things go down. It's a memorial. And now you got brothers raising up today trying to flip the whole script. This sister went down in a memorial set. And to help her accomplish this deal, or who's involved with this story in this history, is a Japanese guy. And watch him. This Japanese cat here, he got a play in this, Achior, right? Read on.
And the Most High turned these things to thee for a perpetual praise.
A perpetual praise. Perpetual forever. Read it.
To visit thee in good things, because thou hast not spared thy life for the affliction of our nation.
All right.
But hast revenged our ruin, walking a straight way before our power. And all the people said, So be it, so be it.
So big. Give her the praise. Give her the blessing. She deserve it. Right? Read on that.
Then said Judith unto them, Hear me now, my brethren, and take this head, and hang it upon the highest place of your wall.
Praise the Lord. Read on.
And so soon as the morning shall appear, and the sun shall come forth upon the earth, take you every one his weapons, and go forth every valiant man out of the city,
Right.
and set you a captain over them, as though you would go down into the field toward the watch of the Assyrians, but go not down.
Praise the Lord.
Then they shall take their armor, and shall go into their camp, and raise upon the captains of the army of Achior, and they shall run to the tent of Holofernes, but shall not find him. Then fear shall fall upon them, and they shall flee before your face.
Check it out.
So you and all the inhabitant the coast of Israel shall pursue them, and overthrow them as they go.
Overthrow them as they go, right?
But before you do these things, call me Achior, the Ammonite.
The Ammonite. This is a Japanese guy. Before you do all this stuff, call Achior. His sister running it down, right? Read on.
That he may see and know him that despised the house of Israel, and that sent him to us as it were to his death.
Praise the Lord. Yeah, they sent Achior to us to kill him. Like he gonna die with us. So let this brother come on out and see how this thing really break down. See how the Lord play for us, right? Read on.
Then they called Achior out of the house of Ozias, and when he was come, and saw the head of Holofernes in a man's hand,
Right?
in the assembly of the people, he fell down on his face, and his spirit fell.
In the assembly of who?
The people.
The people. Back to the people. Who are the people? The people are the Israelites, man. In the assembly of the people are the Israelites, right? Read it again. This ain't no, and that's no, as I said, the people here, the people here, the people there. This is no big prophetic breakdown. This ain't no big prophetic breakdown that we bring out something major. This here This here is just a little light on this thing that should show you how dark these other brothers are with the stuff they're talking about. You understand? There's not no major prophetic breakdown. We're just putting the scriptures together through the grace of the Heavenly Father to show you how this thing really goes, right? Show me where you're at, huh?
This is Judith chapter 14, verse 6. Then they called Achior out of the house of Ozias, and when he was come and saw the head of Holofernes in a man's hand in the assembly of the people, he fell down on his face, and his spirit fell.
And the spirit fell, but passed out like, wow, this is serious, man. They got it done. The people, right? Read on out.
But when they had recovered him, he fell at Judith's feet and reverenced her,
Right?
and said, Blessed art thou in all the tabernacle of Judah, and in all nations, which hearing thy name shall be astonished.
Astonished, right? Read on out.
Now, therefore, tell me all the things that thou hast done in these days. Then Judith declared unto him in the midst of the people all that she had done from the day that she went forth unto that hour she spake unto them.
Praise the Lord.
And when she had left off speaking, the people shouted with a loud voice.
The people shouted with a loud voice. The Israelites shouted with a loud voice. Read on out.
And made a joyful noise in their city.
Praise the Lord.
And when Achior had seen all that the power of Israel had done,
Right?
he believed in the Most High greatly.
He can't do that. This is a Japanese guy. Hold up. This is a Japanese guy. There's no possible way. He's an Israelite. He's not a seated. He can't believe. Can he believe in the Most High?
No, he can't believe it.
He can't even pray to the Most High. This guy can't do none of that. This is a Japanese guy from the seed of Ammon, and according to Nathaniel 7, IUIC, GU, whatever them alphabets are, all these guys, all that, they're definitely Nathaniel 7. They're Israel United in Christ. Those cats are they're about the worst ones, huh? Tahar and them, yeah, they hammer it down too. But Israel United in Christ, they're the ones with this Acts 10 breakdown with the Cornelius, huh? They got it from Tahar. Bro said they got it from Tahar. They say Tahar. Yeah, all you cats. Well, Tahar. The vagabond. It's the vagabond prophet. He got the vagabond. This is the break. We're going to bust that in the head right there. Read that verse again, huh?
This is Judith chapter 14, verse 10. And when Achior had seen all that the power of Israel had done, he believed in the Most High greatly,
All right?
and circumcised the foreskin of his flesh,
All right.
and was joined unto the house of Israel unto this day.
What? What the?
That's a typo.
All right, read that again. Oh, we can't understand that. I don't know what that's saying. Read that again. We need to read that a couple of times to understand how they go, right? I mean, the scriptures are lying. Oh, no, I know what this is. This is the Apocrypha.
Judith went off.
Right, Judith went off.
And there's so many parts of this. He circumcised the foreskin of his flesh. He was joined to the house of Israel. He believed.
Who is that? Who is that? He can't do that, though, this guy. He's an Ammonite. This guy, he is no possible way he to be a Gentile can believe in the Most High. It's crazy. He can't get no vision. He can't speak for the Lord. I mean, it's crazy.
Was he devout?
Right? Was he devout? He wasn't devout either. You know, he wasn't even devout. You know what I'm saying? He just broke it down to these Ashurians. How things is, man. Don't mess with them people. Them people that have the power, they're going to jack you up, man. If they right with their power, he going to get you. That's what he told them in the 6th chapter. He said, if they right with their power, the Most High, he ain't going to let you, they ain't got no, you can't deal with them. But if they're off, yeah, I mean, you might be able to take them down. But then the Ashurian, he said, man, this guy, you know who this is, man? Man, we look up the earth, man. The God of Nebuchadnezzar, he going to look up the earth and all them things like that. Now come back. Read that verse again. Give me that one more time, huh?
This is Judith chapter 14,
chapter
verse
4.
10. And when Achior had seen all that the power of Israel had done,
Right?
he believed in the Most High greatly,
Praise the Lord.
and circumcised the foreskin of his flesh,
Right?
and was joined unto the house of Israel unto this day.
Unto this day, he was joined unto the house of Israel, man. Also, give me us 4:11, Judges 4:11. Also, give me that Ezekiel 48, right? Give it to me. Give me that Rabbikites, right? Rechabites. Right. They were joined unto the house of Israel unto this day. This is how it go, man. Gentiles join unto the house of Israel. Just like the Lord had this a possibility back in the Old Testament, it's the same thing, right? Come back, give me Acts 10 and 1 again. Excuse me.
This is Acts chapter 10, verse 1.
Right.
There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band,
Right.
a devout man, and one that feared the Most High with all his house, which gave much alms to the people, and prayed to the Most High always.
And prayed to the Most High always, gave much alms to the people, and prayed to the Most High always. The question is, or the lie put out is that this guy is an Israelite. But yet, in the scripture it said that he gave alms, gave much alms, right, to the people always. A righteous cat, always, he gave much alms, you know what I'm saying? And devout man and feared the Most High with all his house, and which gave much alms to the people, and prayed to the Most High always. To the people of the Israelites. He gave to the Israelites, alms to the Israelites. What's that?
No, it just says, and the people.
What is that? What is
That's
it?
Isaiah 14.
Oh, you're talking about 14, 1, 2?
Yeah, I was just reading that.
All right. But yeah, so yeah, the Lord show you that. It's all right there, man. If you got brothers twisting up the scriptures, man, lying purposely, trying for one reason or another, they trying, fool the people. It's funny. You don't even know the depth of the motivation of a Baptist preacher. You can't tell the depth of the motivation of a Catholic preacher, even though they're blatantly lying, right? Hold that. Go back to Judith. Give me that 9th chapter, right? The 9th chapter, right? One second. 8th chapter. Is that it? I can't find. Yeah, 8:14. Read from 11 down.
Judith 8 and 11. And they came unto her, and she said unto them, Hear me now, O ye governors of the inhabitants of Bethulia, for your words that ye have spoken before the people this day are not right.
They're not right. The people are the Israelites. The words you spoke before the people are the Israelites. Read on.
Touching this oath which ye made and pronouncing between the Most High and you, and have promised to deliver the city to our enemies, unless within 3 days the Lord turn to help you.
Right.
And now, who are you that have tempted the Most High this day?
Right.
And stand in the stead of the Most High amongst the children of men.
Right. You stand in the Most High stead amongst the children of men. You gonna call how the Lord gonna do. You gonna tell who the Lord gonna save, who he not gonna save. Who are you, man? You gonna stand now. Who are you, as the scriptures say? And now, who are you that ye tempt the Most High this day and stand instead of the Most High amongst the children of men? Now, it's not like you can't stand in the Most High's stead, right? Check this out. Give me Job real quick. Give me Job real quick, the 38th chapter. Give me Job 38, right? It's not like you can't stand in the Most High's stead. You understand? But you can't stand in the Most High's stead and talk about he not gonna do this, he not gonna do that, without a prayer and a hope, so to speak. You understand? What call for?
Job 38.
Yeah, 38, right? And read from the top. Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 38, verse 1. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said,
Stop, I'm wrong. Go to 30. Let me see. 35 and 1.
This is Job chapter 35, verse 1. Elihu spake moreover and said, Thinkest thou this to be right, that thou sayest, My righteousness is more than the Most High's?
Right?
For thou saidest, What advantage will it be unto thee? And what profit shall I have if I be cleansed from my sin?
Right?
I will answer thee, and thy companions with thee.
Praise the Lord.
Look unto the heavens and see, and behold, the clouds which are higher than thou.
Right?
If thou sinnest, what doest thou against him?
Praise the Lord.
Or if thy transgressions be multiplied, what doest thou unto him?
Right?
If thou be righteous, what givest thou him? Or what receivest he of thine hand?
Right?
Thy wickedness may hurt a man as thou art, and thy righteousness may profit the Son of Man. By reason of the multitude of oppressions, they make the oppressed to cry.
Right?
They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty. But none saith, Where is the Most High, my Maker, who giveth songs in the night? Who teacheth us more than the beasts of the earth, and maketh us wiser than the fowls of heaven.
Right, praise the Lord. What verse is that?
This is 12 now.
All right, I'm in the wrong chapter. That's wrong, because it's not what I want. It must be 34. Come back to 34. 34, I'm sorry. Here it is it 33? Yeah, 33 at the top, front to the top.
This
My
is-
apologies.
Job chapter 33, verse 1. Wherefore, Job, I pray thee, hear my speeches, and hearken to all my words. Behold, now I have opened my mouth, and my tongue hath spoken in my mouth.
Right?
My words shall be of the uprightness of my heart,
Praise the Lord.
and the lips shall utter knowledge clearly.
Right.
And my lips shall utter knowledge clearly.
Go ahead.
The Spirit of the Most High hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life.
Right?
If thou canst, answer me. Set thy words in order before me. Stand up. Behold, I am according to the wish in the Most High stead.
Right?
I also am formed out of the clay. Behold,
Stop. Behold, I am according to thy wish in the Most High's stead. I also am formed out of the clay. This brother coming saying like, you know what I mean? I'm here standing in the Most High's stead. I'm going to stand here for the Most High. I'm going to represent the Most High, being that I'm going to block all righteousness for the Most High power. I'm going to lock it down. Over here, where the sister's telling them, he said, you cannot act like, you're going to say what's not possible in the Most High's stead. You're going to limit the Most High and talk about you're going to speak in his stead like you're going to say it's not possible. The fact of the matter is, this brother is yay, so to speak, to the Most High. Yay. The Most High can do this, and that, for sure. I'm here to defend the Most High. While these cats here, they're limiting the Heavenly Father back here in Israel. They limit the Most High power. So show them what you got out.
Judith 8 and 12. And now who are you that have tempted the Most High this day, and stand instead of the Most High amongst the children of men?
Right? And stand instead of the Most High amongst the children of men. You're going to call the Most High what he's not going to do. Right? Go ahead.
And now try the Lord Almighty, but you shall never know anything.
Right?
For you cannot find the depths of the heart of man, neither can you perceive the things that he thinketh.
Right?
Then can how you search out the Most High,
Right.
that have made all things, and know his mind, or comprehend his purpose.
Praise the Lord.
Nay, my brethren, provoke not the Lord our power to anger.
So as the scripture said, for you cannot find out the depth of the heart of man. Who can find out the depth of the heart of man? Neither can you perceive the things that he thinketh. So I don't know why he want to teach lies and say Cornelius is this and that. I don't know what the motivation. I can't even imagine how they keep pressing it in the light of all these scriptures that say to the contrary. You understand? I don't know the motivation. What make a man say he want to be a Muslim? An Israelite man, a so-called Negro. They're talking about he's a Muslim. They're talking about he's gonna sell bean pies and final call. Who knows what the motivation of these brothers are? Tahar, and the way these guys outfit themselves. Vagabond Israelites. Why? Can you figure out why? You can't perceive why these guys. Why does a man keep lying over and over and over, keep going back and forth and pressing this lie? We can all speculate. We can guess. Brother said because they got the spirit of the devil in them. That's how it go. It's devilish, man. That's what's happening, right? Rough stuff here. What you got?
Job.
No. What was you holding? What was you reading?
We got Judges 4.
Yeah, give me Judges, right? You got the Jeremiah 35, right? Jeremiah 35, right? I want to bring out a couple more examples. One more example, right? We're going to bring it out. It is what it is, man. These are Gentiles, man. They got into the groove. They got into the groove, and the same way Cornelius got into the groove. You know what I'm saying? The Most High let them in. Achior, he knew the whole breakdown. How could he know that? He knew the breakdown better than some Israelites. He was breaking it down better than some Israelites. You know, he breaking it down right there, faithfully breaking it down. While brothers in Israel talking about, yo, man, we can't do this. Yo, the Lord, he don't come in so days, it's not going to happen. While the Japanese guys said, listen here, if they do right, you can forget it. You have no shot against them. He broke it down. The Lord played for him for that. Show him what you got out.
Judges 4 and 11.
Right?
Then Heber, the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses, he severed himself from the Kenites and pitched his tent unto the plain of Zonin,
Right,
which
to-
is by Kadesh.
Right, Kadesh, right? This guy severed himself from his own people. He severed himself from the Kenites. Severed himself from the Kenites, right? Right, read on that.
And they showed Caesarea that Barak was the son of Abinum, was gone out of Mount Tabor.
Right? And that goes on here. I want you to read that one more time, 14, 11. Give me 10 and 11. Shalom, shalom.
Judges 4 and 10. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and he went up with 10,000 men at his feet, and Deborah went up with him.
Praise the Lord.
Now Heber the Kenite, Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses, had severed himself from the Kenites, and pitched his tent unto the plain of Zonin, which
Right.
is by Kadesh.
Right, praise the Lord. Hold that. Give me read that precept they got, Numbers 10. Go to Numbers 10, because it said this is the Kenite. This is Eber the Kenite, which was the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses. Who are they? Let's not miss it. Who are they? Read it out.
And Moses, the son of Hobab, the son of Raguel, the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law. We are journeying unto the place of which the Lord said, I will give it to you. Come
Right.
down with us, and we will do thee good, for the Lord has spoken good concerning Israel.
Praise the Lord. So the Most High show you that this brother here, Moses' father-in-law, was a Midianite. Excuse me, a Midianite. This is Eber, a Midianite. Psalms 45:10. He said he's going to separate himself from his people. Yeah, Jeremiah, read it from the top.
This is Jeremiah chapter
He's going
35.
to sever himself from his people and join himself to the house of Israel. The brother here, Achior, that brother said, you understand, unto this day, he's been locked in with Israel. You understand? He's been locked in with Israel unto this day. It says here, and when Achior had seen all that the Most High, the power of Israel, had done, he believed in the Most High greatly and circumcised the foreskin of his flesh and was joined unto the house of Israel unto this day. And you know what I want to bring out just in case for the record, man, this guy here, Achior, he was a captain
Fifth verse.
of the Ammonites, right? Then said Achior, the captain of all the sons of Ammon. This the chief man of the Japanese. He flipped and went to Israel. You think anybody followed him? I mean, he's a leading guy, you know what I'm saying? He went and flipped with Israel. Who knows how far that went? You understand? But the fact of the matter, he's not an Israelite. But yeah, he joined himself unto the Israelites. And yet we got Israelites today that say that this cannot happen. They say this cannot happen, but it said this is happening unto this day. And when Achior had seen all that the Most High had, of the power of Israel had done, he believed in the power greatly and circumcised the foreskin of his flesh and was joined unto the house of Israel unto this day. Love that scripture, man. Show them what you got out.
This is Jeremiah chapter 35, verse 1.
Go ahead.
The word which came unto Jeremiah from the Lord in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, saying, Go unto the house of the Rechabites, and speak unto them, and bring them into the house of the Lord, into one of the chambers, and give them wine to drink. Then I took Jaazaniah, the son of Jeremiah, the son of Habazaniah, and his brethren, and all his sons, and the whole house of the Rechabites.
Right?
And I brought them into the house of the Lord, into the chamber of the sons of Hanan, the sons of Igdaliah, a man of the Most High, which was by the chamber of the princes, which was the chamber of the princes, which was above the chamber of Maaseiah, the son of Shalom, the keeper of the door.
Praise the Lord. Go ahead.
And I set before the sons of the house of the Rechabites pots full of wine and cups. And I said unto them, Drink ye wine.
This is all how the Lord. What's the breakdown? Go ahead, read on that.
But they said, We will drink no wine.
Right?
For Jonadab, the son of Rechab, our father, commanded us, saying, Ye shall drink no wine, neither ye nor your sons forever.
Right? Forever, right? That's what he said, the son of Rahab. You understand? He said, don't drink no wine forever, right? You understand? But we will drink no wine. For Jonadab, the son of Rahab, our father commanded us that we should not drink wine. And they don't drink. Right? Read it, huh?
Neither shall ye build house, nor sow seed, nor plant vineyard, nor have any, but all your days ye shall dwell in tents, that ye may live many days in the land where ye be strangers.
Where ye be strangers. You may live many land in the days where ye be strangers. Now we going bouncing all around the shoulders. We done did this thing. You know, truthfully, we done did this in a few different directions, man. I mean, we did this 7 different ways. That's a good number of completion. We did this 7 different ways to show you that only Israel, nation of Israel cannot be saved. I mean, it's more people. There's Gentiles that's getting in, for sure. We're going to bring it out, too. Oh, no. Hold that Psalms, right? Give me 1 Chronicles 2, right? Give me 1 Chronicles 2, right? Hold what you got, right? Don't lose it. Give me 2 Kings 10, 15, right? Because the Rechabites here are Midianites. They're Midianites, or Kenite, which are Midianites. They're not Israelites, right? I also want you to give me, I need Numbers 15, right? Numbers 15, just want to solidify that. Give me the Numbers 15 first. Anyone of you brother, who got it first? Numbers 15, give me that Numbers 15, read it from 27. Because the fact of the matter is, this thing is laid out, it's locked in together so sweet, it can't, I mean, and the brother asked me, see, this is what the brother asked me earlier. The brother asked me earlier something about line upon line, you know, here a little, there a little. That's what we're doing right now. You understand? We're doing line upon line, here a little, there a little. I didn't get ahead, I didn't get down to much of my line upon line. The line upon line is Acts the 10th chapter. But how we precept that up here a little, there a little. We brought a chapter out over here, bring a chapter out over here, some verses over here, some verses over here. All to prove and break down what the Lord is saying. Then there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. That's the line upon line. We're going to run that down. And a devout man and one that feared the Most High with all his house, who gave much alms to the people and prayed all way. So we read that down line upon line, first verse, second verse, and we will keep reading on. But before we go to the next verse, we want to precept here a little and there a little to show how this thing really spells out. You know what I'm saying? You hear that, bro? Right, so we're going a little bit here, a little here, a little, and there a little, show how this thing really spells out, right? Spells out, right? Now they run it down here in Numbers. Who got it? Numbers 15:27. Check it out. This is amongst the nation of Israel, right? How the Lord put the law and how he say things are going to go, right? Come on.
Numbers 15:7.
27.
27. And if any soul sin through ignorance, then he shall bring a she-goat of the first year for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for the soul that sinneth ignorantly.
Yeah, the soul that sinneth ignorantly. Most High gonna make an atonement, man. Make an offering for that, right? We know that.
When he sinneth by ignorance before the Lord to
right.
make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him.
Praise the Lord. That's how you get forgiveness. Read it.
Ye shall have one law for him that sinneth through ignorance, both for him that is born amongst the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth amongst them.
Right, check that out. Among them. And for the who? The stranger. Achior, Eber, Rechabite, the stranger that sojourned among them. Ruth, Cornelius, the stranger that sojourned among them. Read on that.
But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproaches the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
And that soul should be cut off from among his people. The soul that doeth aught presumptuously, willfully. The same person, a brother, a man, or woman that does the sin or the evil willfully, they're going to be cut off from their people. They're going to be cut off from their people. You understand? Whether it be Israel or a stranger. That's in the law. Who are these strangers, Doc?
These strangers are the Gentiles.
Gentiles.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
How about you? You the numbers. Strangers? Who are they in numbers here they talking about? Gentiles? People can't hear you.
The Gentiles.
All right.
Shalam.
What is united?
Christ.
Begging you with these words, the Bible.